Okay, so today is December 3rd and it is around 4 a.m. Philippine Standard Time, and I am again working night shift. So for today, I just really wanted to testify for how the Lord has been faithfully providing my need, not just personally, but especially in the aspect of my ministry. So, for those of you who are following and you were able to watch my previous video, I have also testified how the Lord provided that feeding program to make it happen. And so, to be honest, I just put everything like a schedule on December plan for the feeding program. So I put plans for 5 to 8 years old and another for the parents, because last week when I had that, or not last week but last month when I had that feeding program for 100 kids for the 5 to 8 years old, and there were parents who approached me and asked me if I can also like give something to them, because they are willing to sit and listen to me every time I share the gospel, because that is what normally I do every time I gather the children. So before I would give them the food, I would share the gospel to them, not just for the sake of you sharing the gospel, but I really desire for them to really know Jesus Christ and to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. And that is the very purpose of it all in the first place. And I want them to know that God is love. And how would they know if God is love without us acting and sharing that love that we experience in God ourselves, right? So that is what I desire for the kids to know, which the parents are interested to listen to me. So 2 days ago, I just plot the schedule, and I spoke to sometime last week, last Saturday, I spoke to a friend of mine. Well, I don't normally post on social media about that feeding program stuff and what is going on. I only post here YouTube, but I don't post it in Facebook and all, because there's so much like publicity on it. Like here in YouTube, I got only like 40 subscribers right now, which is like just so like smaller, and I don't get like much viewers. So this is, to be honest, this is just for like documentation purposes, the reason why I'm keeping everything, because I might lose the pictures on my phone, or we get to like probably change phone, but at least we have YouTube. So, and also it's really like refreshing to be reminded when you go back to YouTube, like, oh, it happens this month, and you get to like minister to the kids, and it would like encourages you more and inspire you to do more, aside from the very thought that it was the Lord who are inspiring you to do it. So going back, I posted in my messenger, like my story, because last week when I had that feeding program for the first batch for the 9 to 13 years old, I was really captivated on what they wrote, because I gave them like a piece of paper and I've got like 3 different questions there for them to ask or to answer. And my heart was leaping for joy on how these youth or children responded to the gospel and what they heard about Jesus. And I was really inspired, and my heart was just like, really leap for joy. And that's the reason that is what compels me to share it in my messenger. And so this new friend of mine messaged me and told me that, hey, can we talk more about it? And so I met her last week Saturday, and cut the story short, she told me that she wanted to sponsor. And so since I have that schedule on the 27th of December, not just like, food, but I desire to like do like a gift giving, because it is Christmas, and it doesn't have to be like fancy or expensive. I know these kids are like, even when you give them that, fried chicken and pancit bihon, they're like super happy. So I'm and I'm super happy, and my heart leaps for joy when I heard her that I would want to sponsor. And so and then another friend of mine reached out to me and told me that I would also want to give an amount for the gift giving for that 5 to 8 years old. And God is so faithful in providing that. And I was not expecting at all, to be honest, because like I said, I just planned the schedule and prayed to the Lord that for provision. Whatever, I trust His ways, because His ways is always higher than ours. So I just trust the Lord that, hey, God, this is my desire, this is my schedule, let your will be done, and I pray that you will bless my plans. And so my heart leaps for joy last Saturday when, I got that covered December 27th for the 5 to 8 years old. And last night, my boss, around 12 midnight our time, Manila time, they reach out to me and message me that they have an amount for me as my Christmas bonus. And to be honest, this is going to be like the very first time for me to receive that amount from them. And I can really see that it was the Lord who actually touched their heart, because to be honest, I am planning, my first action plan was to really speak with them, because they're like husband and wife. So because the plan is really ambitious, like my plan was like, it is scheduled December 20th. Yeah, it is scheduled for the parents to give like a grocery and kilos of rice as an inclusion, when you give grocery. So, and I was actually laughing, like, you know what, Che, you are so ambitious. I have to, because I know that my God is rich. and so I was going back, I was planning to really speak with my boss. I am just waiting for the right time to like reach out to them and do a solicitation for that aspect for the parents, and even for that the kids for the gift giving. But since I am covered with that, so I'm going to be focusing on the parents now, because that is where like it really requires much finances, because it is going to be like grocery and stuff. And again, my boss reached out to me, messaged me last night and told me that, hey, Hannah, we appreciate like those kind words, that appreciation, and which really moved me and touched me greatly. And when they told me that they're giving that amount as my Christmas bonus, and I know exactly that it was the Lord who actually touched their heart to give that amount. And what an answered prayer. I even told them that, you know what, boss, I'm actually planning to speak with the two of you and do a solicitation, because this is really my plan to do this coming December in the island. And they were also like they were stunned at the same time, because I myself was even just planning it, but the Lord, you know, just override and set everything accordingly. And last night was only December 2nd, so God is never too late nor too early. He is always on time. And not just that, I also they also told me that starting January, I received a salary raise, and that also brings so much comfort and brings so much joy to my heart, because I know that that amount will serve many kids. Because I don't know if I have mentioned from my previous videos that our island is actually composed with, I mean, we are like, there are another 3 areas that are unreached. So there's also like plenty of less privileged children in that 3 areas that I desire to also reach out. But you know, like I said, I am dependent on my own income because I don't get much support from people, because I don't ask. That's the problem. I don't ask. And also, to be honest, I have a tita friend from the city, because I moved to the province, I've mentioned before. She told me that, hey Che, we would like to feature your story, like it's called Jessica Soho. If you're from the US, my friend Michelle Lacey's sister. So you don't know what Jessica Soho, but you can search for it. But I said no, because I would like to protect my heart, because I know my heart that it is like, you know, that self exaltation, and I really wanted to avoid that. So I'm just protecting my heart. That's the reason why I don't upload in Facebook. I don't do that stuff to purposely protect my heart. But I think, how would they know, these people, right, if I won't also allow them to see? And you know, because there are a lot of people who are actually inspired by what I do. Like even my boss told me that they were so inspired with what I am doing and being touched by what I am doing. But I am still not planning to upload these, you know, stuff on Facebook. But I know the Lord will just, you know, He has His own ways. Like I said, His ways is always higher than ours. So again, I just really wanted to testify how good, how faithful our God is, that we can always trust Him in everything, regardless if it's like too ambitious, like I said. But the Lord has His ways, and nothing is too hard, nothing is too difficult with our God. So again, I just really wanted to testify that He is good and He is faithful. He is a promise keeper God. And when we do things for His glory, for His kingdom, we can always rely on Him, that He will be with us and He will provide for us in order for us to accomplish the work that He has placed in our hearts, and you know, do what the Lord will us to do. He will enable us and will definitely provide for us. So I just want to praise God for His provision, and even thank my bosses in the US. I know they don't want to be recognized, but Um, I am so blessed with their heart as well as an instrument for the Lord to, reach out to the young generation, even the parents this time. I am super excited. And I would really ask that you pray for my ministry, pray even for this coming December 20th. I will be ministering to the parents, and I myself is not a parent. I am only like 32 years old, but I will be ministering to the parents. I know, I don't even, to be honest, I don't know how to do it because, um, like I said, I don't know how to even like connect with them and relate with them. But I know that the Lord will be with me, and the Lord will be the one, and I will be just a vessel standing there talking to them. But it is going to be the Lord, the Holy Spirit, who will be ministering to the parents. So um, I just want to honor the Lord and give God all the glory, honor, and thanksgiving. God bless us all.